have this figures on it. The reading of the thing.
You, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Turn me around, I can't see my clock now. Okay.
6:30 on the dot.
Okay. I'd like to welcome everybody here tonight for Tuesday, January 16th, Township of Nipissing Council meeting. And first of all, I'll ask if there's any disclosure of pecuniary interest. Seeing none, because we do have a guest tonight, we're going to move committee reports from number 2 and we'll put them after closed session. And so we'll just go right on to number 3 and resolution to adopt the minutes of the meeting held January 2nd and 10th. Mover and seconder, okay. Councilor Yam and Councilor Butler. Okay. So it's number R 2024-17, moved by Councilor Yam, seconded by Councilor Butler, that the minutes of the council meeting held January 2nd, 2024, and special meeting of council held January 10th, 2024, be adopted as published. All in favor? Carried. Okay. Now, this part of our meeting is declared a public meeting pursuant to the provisions of section 3412 of the Planning Act, RSO 1990, to discuss an application for a change to zoning bylaw 2020 by the Township of Nipissing. So we're at number 4, and this is the amendment to the environmental protection zone at Chapman's Landing that we passed at our last meeting. And this is just to do this so that that area is protected forever. And to do that, we need this zoning bylaw amendment. Does anybody have any questions? Because John Paul would gladly answer them.
Are we in the private session now?
No,
Okay.
no.
No, they're just meeting the condition for the last consent to do that
Right.
zoning bylaw amendment is one of the conditions, so.
That's the last one, right?
Yeah, the last consent we did on Chapman's Landing Road. It's just that little fish sanctuary there, they're gonna protect it 120 meters back from the water.
So if there are no issues, I need a mover and a seconder. Councilor Turkey, Councilor Foote. It's number R 2024-18, moved by Councilor Turkey, seconded by Councilor Foote, that we pass bylaw number 2024-05, being a bylaw to amend zoning bylaw 2020 as amended, read a first, second, and third time, and passed the 16th day of January 2024. All in favor? Carried. Thank you.
Next, it's Elizabeth Hill
Yes.
from Pesci and
I
Associates.
just see H.G. Elston there, so.
But she's on there too.
Okay, so we get to number 5. Elizabeth Hill from Pesci and Associates. And this is to discuss market comparators for compensation review.
Correct.
Is
Hi, Elizabeth, are you there?
Hi, everyone. Yes, hello. Can you hear me okay?
You can.
Can indeed.
Would you like to
Welcome.
jump in? Thank you.
So Elizabeth, the floor is yours.
Great. Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. I've got a quick presentation here. Just give me a sec. Okay. So my presentation tonight is regarding the compensation and HR policies review that we're undertaking on behalf of the township. And in particular, it's a very specific part that we're coming to you about tonight, and that is around the market comparators for the review, compensation review. So I'll do a quick overview of the project, just as a bit of a reminder of what we're undertaking, and then present to you the comparators that we're suggesting. So the purpose of the project is to partner with the township, undertaking a review of the compensation program, ultimately wanting to ensure that it's internally equitable, pay equity compliant, and competitive to the external market. As well as part of the review, we're undertaking a review of the HR policies. The scope of the project will include implementation of a legislatively compliant job evaluation plan, completion of a job evaluation process for all positions, completion of a salary survey of comparator organizations to ensure that you're externally competitive, and then provide recommendations regarding adjustments to the pay bands based on that internal evaluation as well as the external market. We'll also, as part of this project, be updating all the job descriptions, including, as well as the HR policies, and as I mentioned, the salary administration policy. And as part of this, we'll ultimately want to present you at the end with an updated and compliant pay equity plan. So as part of this, as part of the project, we're starting the component of the project where we're going to do the external market survey. And we're identifying who it is that we're going to reach out to, so who we're going to send the survey to. The ultimate goal is to have about 8 to 10 municipalities participate in the survey. We generally have a 70 to 80% return rate, so we want to go a bit higher than 10 to make sure we get a sufficient number. The list of comparators that I'm going to present to you are based on a couple of different principles. So the one principle is that we want to look at who is the potential for where you would recruit people from and where you would lose people to. Generally, that tends to be more your immediate geographical area. Now, you're quite blessed in that you don't have a serious issue with retention, but we want to look at those comparators that are close by so we can ensure that you remain competitive to them so that they're not drawing people away based on compensation. We also want to make sure that we have municipalities of similar positions, so we're able to find the right comparator positions. And in that sense, we want to look at municipalities. We tend to look at ones that are similar in size, similar population, households, because they will tend to have similar services and therefore similar positions. So those are the two significant components that we look at when putting the list together. The way we do the survey is we develop job responsibilities, summary of job responsibilities for all the positions of the township. And we send that to the comparative municipalities and ask them to complete the survey and provide their data on, and to match their positions to yours, and then to provide the data. We'll do a data analysis of what we received back from the comparators and calculate a statistic of a 50th, 60th, and 75th percentile. So we'll identify what those are in the market and how far off you are from them. So this is the list of comparators that we're proposing. So you can see the township of Nipissing there at the top. We have from the census, the 2021 census data, the population, total private dwellings and land area. And then from and population density. And then from the FIR, financial information return, I pulled the information of the number of full-time, number of part-time, and the number of seasonal. So we can look at who's sort of similar. It's tricky to find a perfect match. There's no two municipalities that are exactly the same. But if we can find similar ones, that's our goal. So as far as the local municipalities, and again, the ones you'd be competing with for talent, we're suggesting that we survey municipality of Callander, municipality of East Ferris, and the municipality of Powassan. So those are really your direct competitors. And then again, we want to look for other similar municipalities within Ontario that are more rural and have similar size and land area, a similar number of staff, as much as we could look at that. And so here you'll see a list of 9 similar sized municipalities in Ontario that we're suggesting. So I won't read them all out to you. They're all listed there. As I said, they're similar sized municipalities within the province that we anticipate will have similar positions that we'll be able to match. And my next slide is just is for questions, so I'll leave it there and happy to answer any questions. And
That's
yeah.
difficult to read from where we all sit at the table, but we do have a copy of the slide, so
Okay.
I'll print that out for council, so you have a hard copy.
Usually, how long does this take?
You mean the whole process or just the market survey?
The whole process?
The whole project is about 3 months. The market survey itself takes about 6 to 7 weeks.
That's if people send the stuff back in.
Yeah, that's why I said 6 or so. We start at 6 and often end up at 7 as we wait for things. Now, municipal environment is really great. People are very willing to participate in these surveys, so we tend to have really good participation. Sometimes it takes a bit longer than other times.
Does anybody have any other questions? I can't read any of those, I'm sure. The city of Toronto is right there with us.
Oh, it's not on there.
Oh, no, okay, good. I don't think we have any other questions at this time.
It looks like population wise, we're the closest one there is Magnetawan.
Yeah.
As I said, it's hard to get them exactly perfect. Not everybody, it's hard to find 2 the same.
South Algonquin there, because that usually was one that
Should be.
we always had.
No, it's not, but I'd be happy to add that if you think that's a good one.
That's always been a comparator in the past.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't think we have any questions. We'll just let you go on your way. I'm sure you're not going to work on it tonight, but all the best. And we look forward to, do we get updates or just when you're going to present?
I think it'll be primarily at the end when we're done. Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
The scheduling of this project is it being as April for that presentation so that it can be worked into the budget discussions.
Yeah. I notice we're the largest in land area,
Yes.
by good measure.
Yeah.
I think the closest one is 311 square kilometers.
So we got pretty good eyes. Well done.
I'll circulate paper copies of it.
You should see when I have it up here.
I do see Mr. Elston's name on there. so
Mr.
I
Elston
can
is
read
with
that,
us this
you know.
evening. Yes, he is. And we arranged for a staff training session from 5 to 6 this evening. That's why our staff's here, just for the few things before we go into close, because we were all here for that training session as well.
And I don't know if everyone's aware that Mr. Elston is going to be virtual.
So Mr. Elston had planned on joining us this evening, but that meant he would have to drive home after the meeting in the snow. And it wasn't a
To
safe,
Collingwood.
wasn't a safe option,
Yeah.
so we have to let him zoom in and make sure he stays
Yeah.
safe.
Because the snow would just be getting thicker, and by the time he got home, he'd be driving into a wall of snow.
Right. So
So what we'll do is move to close, if everybody's good with that. And I'll ask for a mover and seconder. Okay, I'm going across. Councillor Yem. Councillor Kirky. 644. It's number R 2024-19, moved by Councillor Yem, seconded by Councillor Kirky, that this part of our meeting will be closed to the public as authorized by section 2393 6.1 of the Municipal Act 2001 C-25 for consideration of the following subject matter, educational or training sessions. The purpose of this closed session, council training provided by Integrity Commissioner Harold Elston regarding code of conduct and council procedures. The time is 6:44 PM. All in favor? Carried. And now I assume everybody else gets to go.